In this video, we're going to learn the differences between centralized exchanges and decentralized exchanges, because I know a lot of people get these confused, especially outside of the Hex or Pulse Chain community, where everything is on chain and decentralized finance. Most of crypto is actually centralized finance, and if you look at the Bitcoin white paper, which a lot of people may not have even read, you have to read the whole thing. You can just read the first sentence. A purely peer-to-peer version of electronic cash would allow online payments to be sent directly from one party to another without going through a financial institution. Now, what do you think is a financial institution? It's kind of like a bank, right? Or maybe a broker. Maybe centralized exchanges are financial institutions. I think they are, huh? Meanwhile, most people are trading crypto on centralized exchanges, where everything is behind closed doors. You can't see their liquidity, you can't see their books, you don't know what they're doing. Most of the time they're wash trading, which means they're just sending coins from one balance sheet to the other, creating a fictitious view or a fictitious image that a coin has a lot of volume. Which is illegal, by the way, but in crypto it's not, and it just happens, and no one knows what those exchanges do. Now, most people don't really know the extreme disadvantage that you get when you don't know where the coins are. First of all, if you ever get a fork like Pulse Chain, which is a fork of Ethereum, if there's ever a fork, you don't get the copies that Pulse Chain created. The exchanges get them because they have the keys, they have the actual coins. You just get a ticker that you can trade back and forth, and it's basically like your bank. It tells you that you have a balance, but you don't really have that balance until you actually pull it out, basically, because they can just invalidate whatever you have with a flip of a switch. Now, I wanted to show you something different, because just fundamentally it's wrong to keep your coins on centralized exchanges. It's a very bad way of doing crypto. You're not even doing crypto, because as the Bitcoin white paper says, the crypto is only a form of payment or form of value that can be traded without a financial institution. And when more than 90% of a coin is traded on a financial institution, you can't really trade it outside of that financial institution. Technically you can, but it's not happening, and so you can't really talk about crypto then, can you? Now, I just wanted to show you this. This, for example, is a chart, the Axis chart, which is a very interesting chart because it went from 0 to 20,000 and it reached all the way up to $50,000. And a lot of people got a lot of money out of this. Now, I was paying attention to this chart, and this is the perfect example of why I think decentralized finance is so much more superior. Because I see this chart, and you can get so much information out of this compared to if it was traded on a centralized exchange. Because it's all on chain, it doesn't really matter what exchange it got traded at. It's on chain, so it can be tracked, and so I can go down here in the historic order book, and I can filter the amount of US dollar buys. So if I pull up anything more than $1,000, I can see all these sells. And if I see something which, for example, this one, $10,000 buy, I can filter this by address. And what I can see then is when this wallet has bought every single moment. Okay, let's see if we can, linear chart shows a bit more of the volatile swings here. Look at where this wallet has bought and how much it has bought. You can scroll down here, you can see all the buys, you can count them up, and you don't really see a sell. Now and then I can go into this address, and I can check, okay, what kind of coins do they have. Yeah, you can get all kinds of information and see, is this person a net value add or net value what is it, subtract, or negative net value. And it seems like this person has a positive a positive impact on the price. So I can copy this address. We can go to something like Fedi.io and we can watch this this wallet. Now this guy has almost a million worth on Ethereum, and he has $14.5 million worth of coins on Pulse Chain. This guy has 43 Access tokens, which is almost $1 million of Access. And he's only been buying. You don't see him sell. So you would expect that this guy just keeps on buying because he doesn't really need to sell. You can see all his assets on here, and you bet no one ever holds all their money in one wallet, right? It's just interesting because you can see that he has a lot of PulseX farms, which it's 16 million that he has in the PulseX farms. So I'm not sure how much he earns daily on the ink farms, but it's got to be a lot, because I think on average the lowest pools is, sure, you have Pulse and PulseX, and it's like 15% out of my head, but it's most of the pools are 50% plus, especially these two, Ink and PulseX. I know for sure they're 50% APY. So you get only from this guy already gets like 4.5 to 5 million in interest every year. It's just crazy. So if you go in here, you can just see this guy doesn't need to sell this. He has 1 million worth of, what was it? He has 1 million worth of Access, but he earns more than 1 million only in the ink pools. So why would he sell? He just probably wants to see this coin succeed. And if you go to any coin that is traded on a centralized exchange, there's no way you're gonna find this. Look, I found just a random coin on CoinMarketCap, which, by the way, CoinMarketCap is lying to. It filters the coins that it wants you to see, not all the coins that are there. Dexscreen is a way more reliable source. Anyway, this is a coin that has kind of the same market cap as Access, let's say. If you go to markets where it's being traded, this is just all the centralized exchanges. And where can I see the order books of these centralized exchanges? Where can I see the big buyers or the big sellers and see if they have the coins left to sell, or if they want to buy, or how much yield they're getting, or any of these things? Where can I find these? If there's a place and I can't find it, please let me know. But overall, I have no idea. And neither do you, probably. You can see more than 50% is traded on Binance. 55%. And you got, it doesn't really matter. It's all centralized exchanges. With closed order books, you can't really see what's happening over there. You can see the order books, but you can't see the addresses. You can't link those addresses because it's all in-house and there's no transparency. And that's where DeFi will rule the world, because you have actual on-chain data to prove, oh, this is being backed by millionaires. You just know that this thing is going to go up purely because of the players that are in there. And you can go deeper in, for example, this coin, you can exactly see how many holders there are, how much they've sold, the way they have sold, because you can also provide liquidity instead of just selling. And by providing liquidity, you're actually making the system stronger, while also earning money. which also you can't do on the centralized exchange. Centralized exchanges are very dumb systems, just created to enrich the centralized exchanges and make you poor, or they don't really help you understand the new financial system better. It's just a new form of the old way of doing things, and that's not the best way of finding profit. So if you don't understand any of this, if you don't understand DeFi, please start to do some research in decentralized exchanges, do some research in Pulse Chain and what Pulse Chain is bringing, and please find a way to get your coins off of centralized exchanges and find some opportunities elsewhere, because centralized exchanges, sure, you can make some money, you can make money everywhere, but I don't think that's the best way of allocating your capital. I'll see you in the next video.